Hello, Scott Carpenter. So, I'm going to touch on a topic that I've gone over before, but I keep getting emails asking questions about it. Thought I'd address it. And it's a concept for many that have just had one encounter or aren't very experienced dealing with these things. It's a question that comes up because it's kind of a thing, and they're like, wow, how did they know? And you're saying, what are you talking about, Scott? Well, it's the old adage, they know that you know. And that changes everything when you're in the woods, out in the wilderness, wherever, and they're around. They will take notice of you. Now, there may not be any activity or any obvious signs that they know or watching you or observing you, but I can tell you from my personal experience and those I know that are in similar situations, they know you know, and they're watching. And so a lot of people say, well, why do they, number one, how they know that you know, and number two, why are they paying you more attention than they would someone who's oblivious to their existence? Well, there's a thing that happens when you have an encounter with them, and or an experience with them, whether it's a sighting, mind speak, something of that nature. When you have that encounter and you're made aware that they exist, and you know at an intellectual level they're real, your demeanor changes. It just does. And some of us think, me, I'm one of them that think this. There's something that happens to you. It's kind of like, we call it being marked. And there's a change somewhere in your physiological change that most likely, this is my opinion, my theory, that some sort of physiological change happens, and they can sense that change in you. Whether it's a change in your electromagnetic field, whether it's a brainwave thing, whether it's just a body posture thing, but there's something that's changed, that's opened up, that's different. And they can, once you have a realization, or once you've had an experience with them, especially if you've been zapped, that's where they hit you with infrasound or some sort of low frequency, or they've mind spoke you, or they've just hit you with infrasound, through made you dizzy, made your eyes water, made you feel sick at your stomach, woozy, giving you that fear. So we get into that situation where they know that you know, and and like I said, somehow I think they mark you, and others do too. But what this means is like happens with me, happens with Dave Pilates, happens with Steve Ishdahl, happens with William and other people I know. Even if you're doing unrelated activities, hiking, camping, fishing, hunting, even if you're working in your backyard, if they're around for some reason, they'll tip their hand. They'll let you know they're around by some way, whether it's a whoop, tree break, tree knock, odd sounds, throwing rocks. There's several things they do. You know, it could be anything. Just, you know, just the creepy feeling or the pressure feeling that you're being watched. But they do it. And it's not all the time. But, I mean, you can just, pretty much the way I look at it is, anytime I'm out, I'm just making the assumption I'm being watched. Period. In a sentence. And I just take note of things. I don't freak out about them, but I'll notice things. Anyway, getting back to they know that you know, it's a condition that, or a circumstance, or whatever you want to call it, that you'll have for the rest of your life, and it's just something you just have to deal with. Understand it's gonna always be there, and that you know, you're in, as long as you're smart, use common sense, and trust your gut, pray up. You know, that's about all you can do. You just be aware of it, and if it makes you uncomfortable, leave the area. If it makes you uncomfortable, go somewhere else. I think that's important. That's what you need to do. The bottom line is, they know you know. And why, for some it's a nuisance, for some it's, you know, just a reminder of a prior experience. It's something that you just have to learn to live with. And the way I look at it, it's not a bad thing, because I, you know, want to be aware of I can't talk. For me, it's a good thing, because I want to be aware of my environment, and I want to know what's around. And so, with them giving me a sign or a signal that they're in the area, you know, that, you know, I don't have to wonder about it. I mean, like I said, I make the assumption they're there, but when I've got, you know, solid confirmation, you know, it helps you just be apprised of the situation. You know they're around, and you don't have to wonder, and you just, you know, what if you have a sighting, I seriously doubt they're going to step out or do something that's very overt. But if they did, you know, they've already given you a heads up. Hey, we're around. So shouldn't be such a big as a shock. It'll be a shock regardless, because I don't want to see one again. I'd just rather not. But you know, for that, I think it's a good thing. But it's good or bad. It's something that we just have to deal with, and you know, talking about it and coming to terms that it's a reality is part of the adjustment, and being able to overcome and move forward with it. So, hope that helped with the they know you know. And as people keep asking questions, I'll keep doing videos and answering. Excuse me. I'll keep doing videos and answering. Like I said, it's a lot easier to answer 25 emails in one video than say the same thing over and over again. And for all those, just be careful out there, and God bless, and we'll talk to you next time.